Are you tired of losing games but you don't have anyone to play with? Trust me, we've all been there, but would you believe me if I told you I had the solution to this problem? When you solo queue, you can get some of the worst teammates ever, but in today's video, I'll be showing you 5 of the best solo queue operators that will help you win every single game. Stick around because every single one of these is a banger, especially the last one. Rainbow Six Siege is a tactical FPS based on strategy and coordination, so you can imagine how hard it'd be to play solo without any communication. The ops I'll be showing you will help you overcome the lack of communication and help you carry your silent teammates. A very versatile defender for solo queue is Lesion. Legion's loadout is perfect for solo queue since you get a secondary shotgun and a very good primary. This allows you to set up what you need without needing teammates to help you. Legion allows for safe roaming with goo mines and sound cues. With shield ops like Blackbeard and Blitz being buffed, and being as annoying as they are, it's the perfect shield counter. Try setting up your goo mines on the edge of doorways instead of in the middle, so it makes it harder for people to spot. 9 times out of 10, noobs or even experienced players won't notice and will hit these. If sitting in sight is more your speed, camper, then throw some goo mines on the entry points surrounding the site so you have to jump on them when they're off guard. Be ready to capitalize off the sound cue because they'll either be pulling the goo mine out or taking damage. They also cannot sprint or plant while they have a goo mine in them. Depending on the site, you could throw some goo mines around the default plant spot to delay the execute. A tip that's pretty useful is you can stack up goo mines as tall as the Eiffel Tower, which actually stack up the initial trigger damage. They do 3 damage each, by the way. Overall, Legion is an amazing op for solo queue and you need to use them more. Brava is amazing for distracting enemies like Maestro, Valkyrie, Melusi, and etc. while your team does their own thing. The amount of times my teammates have won the round while I'm hacking all the gadgets is actually insane. Sometimes it makes me feel like a passenger princess. Brava has an insane no recoil primary with a super shorty as a secondary. This combo is insanely powerful and allows for you to make some easy entry points for your drone. You can hack any gadget that's electronic, so the possibilities are endless. The most satisfying plays to make are hacking Capcans for easy kills or Maestros, since you can just sit on the Maestro and annoy the defenders while your team makes the move. You're not limited to only using hacked devices though. After you use your drones, you can play a late entry role since Brava is a 3-speed. The most effective way to do this is find a gap in the defense. For example, while the defenders are tunnel visioned on your teammates, you can sneak behind them and make a play. The tip I use on the daily is to send your drone in through an unexpected path to guarantee it won't be destroyed. If you want to be extra cautious, use your normal drone first to ensure it's safe, and then send in your Brava drone. Focus on hacking the more important gadgets like Maestros, Valkyrie cameras, and Capcans before you hack default cameras. Use these cameras to give your teammates callouts. Just because they're scared to talk doesn't mean you have to be. And it really goes a long way. These callouts can help your team win the game. Melusi is one of the more simple operators since she just place her gadget and leave it be, but she is still super powerful. Her ability makes it easy for your terrible teammates to play off of without needing comms, since we know people hate to use their mics in this communication-based game. Ironic, right? If you didn't know, Melusi's gadget slows movement and makes a very loud humming noise. Her kit comes with the MP5 and a choice of Ella's pistol or the Frost/Mira shotgun. And to put the cherry on top, she also has impact grenades. Or you could choose to have a bulletproof camera, but we all know the only thing the BP is good for is spying on a zombie. When you place your ability, try putting them in a spot that will go off before they're able to swing, so you know where they are and can gain the advantage in the gunfight. Melusi has 4 of these, so it should be enough to cover all the entry points on the site. Since her gadgets are place and forget, you can freely wander around the map doing whatever you want while your team handles the dirty work. This is obviously a joke, but she does work very well as a roamer since no utility will be wasted if she dies. The only thing you all have to worry about is how much noise she'll be making since she basically weighs the same amount as Gridlock. They're both a 1-speed 3 armor, so you really have to think about that when you move and how much noise you'll be making. Azami, just like Legion, is super variable. She can roam, anchor, support teammates, and she's pleasing to look at to say the least. Azami's gadget is basically a deployable shield, but she gets 5 of them. They can be destroyed by melee, explosives, and bullets, but they're insanely broken still. You set up one-way angles like this one that will help even the worst players get an easy kill. You can use these Kibas to help your team and provide cover, or you can be selfish and roam with her. She has Capcan's primary, a deagle, and impacts, which makes my favorite loadout in all of the game. She is so strong as a roamer, and it honestly is a little too easy to burn time and utility with her, since you can keep placing down the Kiba barriers as the attackers run out of ways to break them. It's really easy to use the Kiba barriers as a head glitch in any location, and I'm sure you've probably seen this firsthand. These temporary head glitches make it easy to get picks, and your teammates will be glazing you for having so many kills. Try not to overcommit though, because the Kibas have to charge up over time, and if you get picked off early, they'll all go to waste. Zero is a perfect attacker for solo queue. He has 6 Argus cams, 2 drones, which adds up to 8 total cams. You can never trust your random teammates to properly gain intel, so why not take it in your own hands and get all the intel you need. The Argus cams also have a single rechargeable laser, similar to Twitch drones, that can destroy gadgets, cameras, and mirror canisters. The combination of 6 cams, all of them gaining a rechargeable shock, makes Zero overpowered. Make sure not to use all your cams to watch a zombie though. I know it's tempting. These cameras can pierce through floors, reinforced walls, and soft walls, but just make sure the reticle has both these triangles on it. This means it can be used on both sides. This is kind of obvious, but make sure to have the cams in a spot that's not too obvious but still provides valuable intel. Piercing walls or floors makes a decently loud noise, so try to do it when there's a lot of sound covering it up, like gunshots or an explosion. Zero is a 3-speed and his loadout has so many solid options. The MP7 is simple and easy to use, plus it has an ACOG, so it has a year 1 bandit nostalgia feel. The SC3000K is actually so underrated. If you put the extended barrel on it, the damage goes up to 50, which means you can literally 2-shot any 3-speed. He has a choice of a silenced 5.7 or a Gon 6 as his secondary, pretty much making him a bootleg Ash. Don't just use Zero for his 3-speed and loadout though, because his gadget is really what makes him insane. Try him out and I promise you'll love it. This strat doesn't require much setting up to do, but it's a coastline only mechanic, which is why it's only an honorable mention. On coastline when they go hookah, pick Ayana, make sure you have a white headgear, and then spawn ruins. Check for spawn peaks and run to Aqua Balcony, rappel up, and try to show as little of your head as possible. Since Ayana has white hair, it makes it really hard to see her, let alone shoot her. This is what it looks like from the enemy POV. When I do this strat, I set up a drone below to watch for the run out, and then once I rappel up, I drone out luggage to make sure they won't shoot me through the window. All you have to do is break down the door and wait for people to swing, and trust me, they will, because Siege players have ginormous egos. That's all I have for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment your favorite strat from this video and leave a like if this was helpful. Consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Shout out Gaz, my first channel member. I hope you all have an amazing day.